Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the KKRLA Week 7 Game 4. It's the Crimson Knights here at Wasteland taking on the Musical Strikers. Both of these teams are currently in eligibility for the ball game, so one team will knock out one of their teams for the ball game to potentially give them a shot at potential play-in games, or just might fall short. But the Crimson Knights and the Musical Strikers are both 2-4 in their record, 2 wins, 4 losses. And if you don't know what I mean by eligibility for bowl game, the Crimson Knights are currently number 11, and the Musical Strikers are currently number 12 in the net rankings, which 11 and 12 go into a bowl game, 10 through 7 go into the play-in games for the tournament, and the top 6 are just automatically seeded. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and see this battle of who's going to play a bowling game or potentially get a play-in game. A lot is basically on the line if you truthfully think about it coming into this game. It's going to be the Crimson Knights winning the tip as it goes over to the Musical Strikers side. Salty trying to line up the shot. Outlaw trying to line it up too. Off the wall, Jester will send it away. The Musical Strikers have had a down season so far, as they haven't been able to get above the 500 percentile that much. But you want to try to stay in what is called the 500th percentile, either tied record or winning record. To be in that losing record section so far this deep into the season is kind of a hard place to get out of, as you would need to be absolutely pure perfect to try and get something to go for you. On the Crimson Knights, we have Outlaw, Salty, Roundhouse, and Sultan. And for the Musical Strikers, we have Jester, Chipper, Merlin, and Myrtle. Here comes Roundhouse with the shot. Chipper's going to save that. Salty tried to send it back up. It's going to be saved. Outlaw tried to send another shot. Myrtle saves it, but Outlaw is able to get the shot off, which gives the Crimson Knights another chance, which gives the game 1-0, 4-3. Myrtle just hit it the wrong way. 4-3. Am I serious, bro? 1-0, 4:03 left on the clock as we go into the second tip. The second tip is going to go over into the Crimson Knights side as the Musical Strikers need a quick comeback. Going into their own left corner. Trying to hit it away is Outlaw. Outlaw gets it down to go into the Musical Strikers side, trying to line up for a shot. Outlaw's going to send it. Chipper with a nice save. Merlin accidentally sends it off the wall, but Merlin's going to send it past Roundhouse. They've got an open shot to clean up potential chances, and gonna get it past Sultan. Merlin with the complete isolation hits it off the wall and then just carries it down. He saw Sultan just stopped and just sent it, tying the game with 3:39 left on the clock, 1-1. Here goes the third tip, which is gonna go over into barely the Crimson Knights side. Jester's gonna send it out to give it a potential shot. Chance is gonna roll off the wall, still there and open. Chipper with a nice pitch off of Sultan. Sultan was just trying to send it out, and Merlin threw it up against Sultan, and which takes the lead now 2-1. 3:29 left on the clock. We're going into the fourth tip, which is going to shoot over into the Musical Strikers side as the Crimson Knights want to tie the game once again. Outlaw lining up for the shot. Didn't take the charge, and for good reason, as that thing ran into the wall. Jester trying to send the ball out into the Crimson Knights side. Going to send it away now in their left corner. As we're coming down on the 3-minute mark, Musical Strikers are trying to find a chance to take a 2-point lead as they need to win these next two games. Even the rivalry against a very hard to beat the third Strikers team, which has been ranked for so long, but they did just lose to the King of Gamers. So the Musical Strikers might even have a higher chance coming into next week. Roundhouse trying to throw up a shot and is going to tie the game. Just sent up the shot. Nobody on the Musical Strikers was ready defensively. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge maybe. We might have a special guest coming back for the postseason. I said it's a potential chance. It's not there, but it's a potential. Crimson Knights trying to throw up another shot. Merlin just smacks it away. They give Outlaw the shot since Merlin hit it away, and it was on target. Merlin's still trying to send it down. It's in the air above Outlaw. Myrtle trying to send it away. Sultan tried to come in and hit it away. Merlin putting off the wall. Salty's going to hit it away. Myrtle, is going to intercept. Merlin has to be there to intercept now that he's down there. So is Myrtle down there. Merlin and Myrtle. It's a very ishy tongue twister. I even twisted my own tongue trying to say tongue. What? Ball's up there in the air. Merlin's trying to send it away. Chipper throws it off of Jester to pull off an amazing shot. Chipper trying to get down there to put it in. It just rolls in barely off the corner. As now it's 3-2 with 2 minutes exactly left on the clock. Chipper just hit it off of Jester to give it some speed. That ball was nonetheless going in. It had some spin to it and just rolled off the side. Sultan was not ready. 3-2. 2 minutes left on the clock. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, into the sixth tip, which is going to go over into the Crimson Knights side. A decent start for the Musical Strikers. Jester sending up something. I don't know what that was, but that was pretty. That was pretty. Jester just threw up a side shot, and it was perfect. Bang. Money. 4-2, 1:55 left on the clock as we now go into the seventh tip, which is going to shoot over into the Crimson Knights side once again. The Musical Strikers already wanting another goal. Chipper tried to line up for it, but completely missed. Merlin trying to send it down, will miss. Sultan setting up a shot. That's up in the air. He's able to get the floater, and 1:43 left on the clock. 4-3, bringing it down to only just 1 point, a 1 point deficit. 1:43 left on the clock. 4-3. As now we go into the eighth tip. This eighth tip has a lot to hold. Either the Musical Strikers can bring back their 2 point deficit, or the Crimson Knights can have a decent-sized comeback, as they had the lead originally in this game, I believe. No, they actually never. Yes, they did. They were the first ones to score. That was the last time they ever had the lead. Myrtle trying to send the ball down to put it back to 2 point deficit. Myrtle throws it in there to get back to 2 point deficit against the Crimson Knights. 4-3, 1:28 left on the clock. I can't believe how this Musical Strikers team has been playing, especially under the coaching of Alex Alcala. Even though he has left the commentating scene, he is still here coaching and trying to lead his team somewhere, as they have been huge comeback teams. They haven't had the best and greatest seasons, but they obviously can. As with their new owner, they had a lot to prove inside the playoffs. Just didn't really close it out the way they wanted to, as the Cuckoos of Shea won that championship last year. It's going to be constantly reminded as the best Cinderella team. That Cinderella story gets just killed immediately when they win into the championship. Obviously, the Cuckoos of Shea had a more while to get ready and play for. And it's going to be Roundhouse giving it to Outlaw to get the 1 point deficit a possibility and a comeback possibility. As we see, I don't even know who that was, Salty sending the ball up into the roof. Roundhouse gave it to Outlaw, and that ball was in there. 5-4. Now we're in the 10th tip. Double-digit tips. 57 left on the clock. That ball's going to go over to the Musical Strikers side. Sultan trying to start something. Merlin's going to send it away. Salty's on course collision with that ball. Chipper sends it away. Roundhouse going to save it. Salty accidentally sends it back. That ball's up in alignment. Roundhouse sends it down into the Musical Strikers side. Chipper is able to get the interception. Sent into the middle. Jester's got to go hit it now. He does, sending it down. It's deep. And it's going to be another 2 point deficit for the Musical Strikers, as they now have 6 goals. They are trying to get the most goals right now to potentially put them up in for play-in game perception. I guess that's the word. 6-4, 30 seconds left on the clock as we go into the 11th tip. Wow. Ball is sent away into the Crimson Knights side as Merlin pinches it off the wall, sending it in now to the right corner. Chipper gives it some stop. They're trying to get the 3 point deficit, as this could put them a decent size up in the rankings, depending on what team wins above them. Ball's being shot down into the Musical Strikers side. Jester trying to send it away. And they're just going to let it roll in 6-5 with 6 seconds left. The Crimson Knights, if they want to have a tie, they have to execute this perfectly. 6 seconds left. 1 goal needed to tie. This might be the best comeback I've seen in a hot minute. Here goes the final chance for the Crimson Knights. If this goes over, they have to execute something perfectly. Goes over on the Crimson Knights side. Outlaw trying to give a shot, and Merlin says no! no, as the Musical Strikers will win the game. I can't even believe what I just saw. Merlin said immediately no. Outlaw trying to send up something for his teammates, but no. Chipper is your MVP with 538 scored, 2 goals, 1 assist, 2 saves, 4 shots, as they will win 6-5. What a nice game, as they came back from a 1-point deficit and just made the game dominant, just made the game theirs. Let's go ahead and get into the after-game talk. What an impressive play by the Musical Strikers as they send out Merlin to close off the game for their 6-5 win against the Crimson Knights. They desperately needed this game as they want to have another tournament chance. Maybe this might get them play-in opportunity, but we have to see at the end of the week on Saturday or Sunday whenever the rankings are released. It's kind of crazy coming into here and bringing it all back, but I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be completely honest. And I just realized this. Viewership has dropped ever since Alex left. I'm going to be fair. I think people are getting tired of constantly hearing my voice. They want the 1-minute commentation of Alex, but I'm not sure if we're ever going to get that back. Maybe for Season 4. Who knows? But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow to see... What's the matchup? It's a doubleheader. The Cuckoos of Shea against the 8-Bit Legends. The Cuckoos of Shea currently ranked to number 3. And the Crusaders versus the Non-Beaters. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Offensive and defensive talks. The Musical Strikers offense played very well, executed very well for the 1-point comeback. And their defense played, honestly, very well, stopping any game-changing goals. And the Crimson Knights offense obviously played very well, trying to attempt the comeback. And their defense played pretty nice. I gotta admit it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the doubleheader. Week 8 is rivalry week. Woohoo!